Breaking tonight, Diddy locked up. Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs behind bars as he faces sex trafficking and racketeering charges. Combs denied bail after pleading not guilty. The sprawling indictment unsealed this morning, accusing Combs of running a criminal enterprise, using his power to threaten and violently abuse dozens of victims. Prosecutors alleging he orchestrated drug-fueled sex performances known as freak-offs. The disturbing findings inside his home and the guns discovered after the raid on his Miami mansion. Does the state have a strong case? Our legal experts standing by to break down the latest. Also tonight, explosive messages. Pagers in Lebanon blowing up simultaneously, killing Hezbollah members and injuring nearly 3,000. The shocking video showing a man picking out fruit when his device suddenly explodes. The Iranian-backed militant group accusing Israel of a coordinated attack. How Israel and the U.S. are responding, and how exactly was this pulled off? Back.
First and foremost, before we get started, I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekah Quadash, and the Bible shows great millstone, Wallen's truth, and also to those elect that scattered abroad. I'd like to say Shalom, and come back here today with another great and powerful lesson, the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And the title of today's lesson is News Around the World. So I'd like to say Shalom to all our listen and learn. Hope to sweep you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. So before we start today's lesson, I have a couple of news articles. We'll start here first with this one by AP or the Associated Press. And it reads that Hezbollah is hit by a wave of exploding pagers that killed at least 9 people and injured thousands. Let's get a little bit more. It says here, pagers used by hundreds of members of the militant group Hezbollah exploded near simultaneously Tuesday in Lebanon, in Syria, killing at least 9 people, including an 8-year-old girl, and wounding several thousand. Officials said Hezbollah and the Lebanese government blamed Israel for what appeared to be a sophisticated remote attack. So things are constantly being revealed. Things are constantly being uncovered. Things are constantly coming to the light. And also these prophecies are speaking loud and clear. So we seeing that things are constantly heating up in the Middle East, and they will constantly escalate. We knowing that World War III has begun. These things are coming left and right, just like a domino effect. One thing about we knowing that we are living in the end time, real time. So right now, saying that 9 people, including a 8-year-old girl, was killed. So these things are going to constantly be on the upright. And also we know that America is constantly poking the bear. So things are constantly being revealed. Nothing is going back the same. So we seeing that we're here. Let's go to this next news article about P. Diddy. There's a lot of talk about this right here. It says here, let's get this first one here. Let's go this one here. It says Sean Diddy Combs indicted. Authorities seize over 1,000 bottles of baby oil during home raid. We're going to just get a little bit of this. We already know that this man right here is very, very wicked, and that he's seeing that right now the Lord is bringing forth judgment upon him. See, it says Sean Diddy Combs is accused, R.P. Diddy, is accused of coercing female victims to engage in sexual performances called freak-offs, and in a raid on his home, says here. Let me get that off. It says here, a raid on his home. Authorities seized various supplies used, including baby oil. Man, this man here, we already know what this is all about. It said further details are emerging about the charges against Sean Diddy Combs. Said mere hours after he was arrested in New York, a federal indictment was unsealed and obtained by NBC News September the 17th, accusing Combs of racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. So, man, there's nothing is being hid anymore. So all the lies and the deception are coming to light. The Lord is bringing it forth left and right. So we are in this time. Things are not prolonging anymore. We're seeing that these prophecies are constantly speaking loud and clear. And also we know that the Lord judgment will start at his own house, which in fact is Israel, the Negroes, the Latinos, and the Native Indians. So we know that things are heating up in the Middle East. And also they're saying that they're accusing Israel of what happened with these pagers. It's a lot of video you can show, but it's very graphic. So I just can show something that is very that is allowed to be shown, for educational purpose. So we know how YouTube rock, in a little thing they will pull the video down. Also, we know that we're coming upon the famine of the world, so it's high time to wake out of sleep. And also the Lord told the prophets to keep not silent, warn them for me, cry day and night, and whether you will hear and whether you will forbear, even though it sounds like a broken record, but this man here, it was very wicked, P. Diddy, and things are coming to the light. One thing about it, no one has gotten away with anything. These things are constantly, the Lord is bringing forth that judgment, and we're constantly warning you left and right. So one thing about it is that, we need to not lean on our own understanding. We need to trust and believe in Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. He is the only way, and he is the only answer. So news around the world. So these things are picking up left and right. We cannot hardly keep up with all of them. And so this is just a quick news update. But we right in the news right now, is this by design? Is it been manufactured, or is these distractions? But it's all due to the spirit and the power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. So let's get a quick precept. Not to be meant to be a long lesson tonight. It says, for nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest or obvious or clear, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. So that's what we're constantly seeing. Things are coming abroad. Nothing is secret anymore. And also, things are being manifest left and right. The Lord is shedding light on all the lies and the deception and all this gross darkness. And also we know that the truth is being declared left and right. So we're living in some very exciting times. So let's read this once again. It says, for nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, obvious and clear. So we're seeing with our own eyes, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. These prophecies are speaking loud and clear in the middle of the Lord. We constantly warn you, in that day they shall know that a prophet was among them. These things are constantly picking up. Why these things are constantly escalating? Why these things are happening simultaneously around the world? Because the Lord is causing these things to happen. Because the Lord is getting ready to bring this temporal world, which in fact is Esau kingdom, the Gentile rule, to an end. Whether you will believe or whether you don't believe, it really does not matter. This is all designed by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua. So the prophecies right now speaking, and all together, nothing is hid anymore. It's being known abroad, just like P. Diddy. We're seeing that, he was doing a lot of things in the dark, but now it has come to light. Now the Lord is shaming, a lot of people. He's bringing them very low. And also the Lord said, I will cease the arrogancy of the proud. And also we know that the Lord is constantly gathering the nation, for the consequence of Zion. When you go to Ezekiel chapter 38, also Joel chapter 3, Jeremiah chapter 50, Jeremiah chapter 51, these things are lining up just like clockwork. Also, you go to Revelation chapter 18 by the destruction of America. Now, these things are coming, man. We are so very excited. Also, the Lord is getting ready to bring forth that jump. We are hastening his great and glorious return. Nothing is secret anymore. Also this truth, it's not a secret anymore. Even the global elites, it has went into the gates of the noble. And one thing about it is that, we're constantly lifting up that banner, which in fact is this wisdom and knowledge, this gospel, the Bible. It's pretty much now, it's trending now. Right now, a lot of people are constantly hearing, the Hebrew Israelites, the Lord is doing a beautiful thing. So right now is that everything is coming to light through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. That's why I named the title of today's lesson, News Around the World, because it's been known abroad. Hey, man, the Lord is making it happen. The Lord said he will, he get ready to show us a new thing. Let's go there. Let's go here. Let's get there. I'm quoting it. Let's get this one right quick I got a few more videos, then we close out. Just a quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shema Shai. And once again, I hope that you will get edified. Just rolling in the spirit. And we're living in some very exciting time. Also, we know that our salvation is at the door. It says here, Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 9 said, "Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare before they spring forth. I tell you of them." So exactly what's happening, man. Him and the Lord is doing a mighty work, man, right now. These things are constantly happening right before our eyes, man. Manifestation, obvious and clear that we're here in the end time. And also the great and glorious return of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. It is fast approaching. Man, we're very close. Now, let's start today's video. I have a few more videos to bring it out with a little bit more edification that these things right upon us. Let's go ahead and get a little bit more. Let's start today's video, and after the video, we'll start the lesson. And I hope that you will get edified.
What just happened in Lebanon is the most terrifying thing to ever happen in the history of warfare. If you're not aware, 3,000 pagers, those old-fashioned beepers, exploded simultaneously, injuring over 2,800 people and unaliving 9, including an 8-year-old girl. They blew up in grocery stores. They blew up next to children. They blew up on people who were driving cars, in city streets, in houses, you name it. They blew up all over Lebanon and Syria. I want to take a couple minutes to discuss the implications of this so everyone understands what's just happened. First of all, the rumors are coming in now that it was allegedly that state that we're not allowed to criticize in the Middle East, so you know who I'm talking about. Of course, who else would it be, right? We've seen them all year commit atrocities, so of course it's no surprise. Secondly, how long ago did they put these explosives in the beepers? How long did it take them to circulate 3,000 of them? And how much has the technology developed since then? Were they conventional explosives? Many people are already concluding that it couldn't have possibly just been an overheating battery, that there had to be actual explosives in these beepers. If it's conventional, I'd imagine it be incredibly difficult to fit a conventional explosive inside of a beeper, even though it's kind of bulky. Which leads to the next question. Was it unconventional? Was it atomic? Putting a small atomic explosive would be much easier, and you could even put them in cell phones like the ones we have. Thirdly, why would they feel pressured to do this? Because I imagine there was pressure in blowing up 3,000 pagers across 2 countries. 1, you expose an advanced technology that you use for war. 2, you literally told the entire world, throw your electronics away. And 3, you've made a bold threat to that entire world. I think it's a message of terror. I think it has less to do with any one group combating another group. And I think it's just to let everyone know that any of us that are holding these things in our hands that we need for our work, we use for our recreation, and we keep around us all the time, they should be considered weapons. It's absolutely terrifying. I'm disturbed. When I just went to go sit down at my table or my computer I just kept on staring at the computer with anxiety. As I'm making this video, I feel anxiety. And I think that's the point. I think that's the larger point. I'm sure something really insane happened right before they pushed that button.
At least 9 people have been killed and nearly 3,000 injured when pagers simultaneously exploded across Lebanon today. The intended targets are believed to be militant group Hezbollah, and though no one has claimed responsibility, Hezbollah is blaming Israel and promised to retaliate after this latest attack. Israel is known to have used this method in the past, most notably to kill Hamas's chief bomb maker in 1996. A former NSA intelligence analyst said that Israel either had human operatives within Hezbollah implant the pagers with explosives, or a sophisticated cybersecurity breach could have caused the lithium-ion batteries inside the pagers to overheat and explode.
Because of Diddy, every celebrity in the motherfucking world is on the phone with their lawyer right now. Now y'all know Diddy is being held, and they not trying to let him go, y'all. And if you've been following me, you know exactly why they not gonna let him go. Because when the article came out, I said because of this article, Diddy will not be held. He will not get bond, and I like it. Now, before we get into him not getting no bond, let's just go over some of the things. 1,000 bottles of lubricant and baby oil is what feds found. I'm telling you right now, anybody that has 1,000 bottles of lube is guilty of whatever the fuck they saying you did. Oh, they uncovered that Diddy's freak-offs was so crazy. The victims needed IV drips after it, of days of Diddy. They had a press conference even saying that they have evidence that Diddy was pressuring and threatening witnesses and giving them false narratives to say, this was in 2023. They going up back to 2028, but they got recent shit he did wrong. To everybody who was telling me that wasn't nothing about to happen to Diddy or whatever, I hope y'all just get off this app. I told you Diddy blew it, but look what he got to give up to have a hope to get out, and they ain't letting him. They know he a flight risk. $50 million bond. Co-signing from his mom's sister, got the brothers, the daughter, they got the adult sons in it. Giving up him and his mama's house. Mama got to hit the streets. Diddy, see how you bring your mom and all that into this mess? But why they doing all this to Diddy? Because it is. Diddy's private jet goes off radar after being traced to Antigua amid agents' raids. He should have never did that, and I told y'all then. Other things to note, he's looking at up to life, 15 years to life. And even Diddy's lawyer know it ain't looking good, because he said Diddy gonna be fighting with all his might. Whatever the fuck that mean. I don't know how much might he...
All right, let's get on with the news. China has deployed hundreds of new satellites in preparation for war with the United States. Russia's space nuke could damage all nation satellite Space Force warns. Wow, that's a pretty big warning. China's military is rapidly building up space capabilities, including more than 970 recently deployed satellites that could support attacks on U.S. aircraft carriers, expeditionary forces, and air wings during a conflict. The intelligence also reported that Russia is building nuclear space weapons capable of triggering large-scale blasts that could destroy U.S. and other satellites. We also got the United States Coast Guard shadowing Russian naval vessels off the coast of Alaska. I guess it was several ships and a submarine. We have Putin that's raising his Russian military strength to 2.4 million, making them the second largest army. And this is so the Russian military can get ready for a war with NATO. Apparently 5 days ago, Russian submarines had the UK surrounded. And I guess they were planning an attack on the UK if they approved the long-range transfers to Ukraine to hit on Russian soil. Luckily, that didn't happen, so they're back on their drills. North Korea also launched ballistic missiles today towards the EC, and NATO is saying that Russia's hasty mobilization could see more drone crash on NATO territories. They're warning of more drones and missile incidents on their territory. Anyways, that's the latest. I'm still pretty sick, so I'm going to take a...
So we see that we're very, very, very close. We're very close. Let's start today's lesson. Just a quick lesson through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Hashem Abishai. Let's go here first to one moment. Let's go here to second Esdras. Let's go here to second Esdras. Just gonna get about one or two scripts and we're gonna close out. Second Esdras chapter 4. Second Esdras chapter 4 and let's start up around verse 27. Let's see. Start up at verse 28, Salakia. Second Ezra chapter 4 and verse 28 said, But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. So we know that we at the beginning of sorrow. The evil is sown. We're seeing it all around us, left and right. We're seeing that the Lord is constantly exposing and constantly, revealing things left and right. And also, his prophets, the prophecies are coming true each and every day. And also we knowing that we're very close. Our salvation is at the door, and also the second coming of our Lord and Savior. These things are constantly picking up left and right. We know that war is imminent. Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation. We go over these things over and over. So let's read this once again. It says, 2 Ezra chapter 4 and verse 28 said, But as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. And also it was, I think it was a earthquake in Austin, Texas. If I'm not mistaken, I seen an article on that. So left and right, these things are constantly picking up. They are fastly moving. The Lord said these things will come, but the end is not yet. The beginning of sorrows, great mourning, great tribulation. A lot of things are coming to pass, and also, judgment is also now at hand. You see what happened with P. Diddy. He did it for a long time, but now the Lord is bringing things to light, and also He is constantly breaking down all this do thy will spirit, all this wickedness, all this gross darkness is getting ready to come to an end, and we cannot wait. Verse 29 says, If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown in good, with good. So we already know what's sown in good is what the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. We know that we in this transition of power. This place is what upside down. This first must come to pass. It's an Esau's the end of this earth age, this temporal world. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. That what is sown in good, which in fact is the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. So we are here. A lot of people are still thinking that they have time, but we're fastly running out of time. That said measure is almost here, that day of doom. A lot of things are constantly coming forth, left and right, man. We are constantly warning you, left and right. So a lot of people gonna get caught up in what? In this evil net. Let's go here to Ecclesiastes. We might get one more. Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 12. Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 12 says, For a man also knoweth not his time as the fishes that are taken in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snares are trapped, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time when it falleth suddenly upon them. So that's what's getting ready to happen. It's going to suddenly come upon you. A lot of people are not unaware. That's what happened right there in Lebanon. These devices went off. They using like these smart devices, different things like that, so they can put a bomb pretty much in anything, and cause all sorts of havoc. And one thing about it, that we know that the least of the flock shall draw them out. A lot of people gonna get caught up in the evil net because they're not watching. They're not unaware, and also they are unbelieving. But the Lord is getting ready to shed light on all of these things. All this back and forth. We're in the new covenant. We're said this is not going to happen. That is not the MOTB. A lot of things, a lot of confusion. But the Lord is getting ready to bring all this confusion, all this nonsense, all this wickedness, and all this violence in the land. Is getting ready to come to an end. The Lord is getting ready to cease it all. That's what we're waiting on. A lot of people are going to be caught up in that evil net, which in fact is what? Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation. In the middle of the Lord, we're constantly warning you, left and right. It is here. It is at the door. So now, let's go here before we close out. Let's get one more. Let's go here to, we'll probably close out here. Proverbs. No, let's go here to, let's go back to 2nd Ezra. Let's get one more out of 2nd Ezra. And we'll close it out here. 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and verse 13. We'll close out here. And it reads, said, now therefore set thy house in order and reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. So one thing about it, it's time to examine yourself, get your house in order, meaning to, look around, be circumspect, redeem the time wisely. And one thing about, knowing what the will of the Lord is. If the Lord is dealing with you, the Lord is only coming back for that 1/3 remnant, the house of David, the true believers of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Abishai. And one thing about it, that's what we're constantly doing, getting ourselves in order through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Abishai. Reprove thy people, comfort such of them as be in trouble. Now renounce corruption. That's what we're constantly doing. We're chatting this place down, renouncing corruption, and also we're hastening the great glorious return of Yahweh Ba'ashim Abishai. Verse 14 said, let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, and put off now the weak nature. So if you're weak and you're feminine, you're afraid, the Lord's not dealing with none of that. The Lord said, put off the weak nature. The Lord, wants you to be a soldier. The Lord had called thee to be a soldier. What is that? The 1/3 remnant, so one thing about we would not bend a foe. And a lot of people right now don't have faith. They don't have works, afraid, weak, effeminate. And the Lord will totally destroy you. That's why he said, once again, let go from the mortal thoughts. The Lord is not dealing with the world as we know, even though we're in this world, we are not of this world. And one thing about, we're not in this mindset. We came out of this world spiritually. That's why the Lord said, flee out of the midst of of Babylon the Great, America, out of these philosophies, this influence, this mindset, that do thy will spirit, let go of these mortal thoughts and come back under that total subjection to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Verse 15, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. That's what we're constantly doing left and right. How long, O Lord? Verse 16, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. We constantly seeing that left and right. Verse 17, for look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. So evil is constantly increasing. It's on every side. Wickedness has polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. When you go to 2 Ezra chapter 15, we are here. We're constantly warning you left and right. Verse 18, it said, for the time is fled far away, and leasing or lying is hard at hand. For now hasten the vision, the prophecy, the signs of the time to come, which thou hast seen. So that's what's happening right now. The time is now. The vision, that appointed time, is speaking right now. At the end it shall speak and not lie. We're seeing right now it's not tearing, it's not polonium. And also the Lord is constantly revealing. The Lord is constantly shedding light. That was in the dark is coming to the light. And one thing about it, we knowing that the Lord is doing a mighty work. Things are being manifest. Things are being more obvious and clear that we are here in the end time. Real time, man. The Lord is doing a mighty work. So we seeing what's going on. Things are constantly heating up in the Middle East. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, we knowing that the least of the flock, which in fact is Israel, is going to get it popping, but through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. World War III has begun. Jacob's trouble is at the door. Also this MOTB, that grain of rice, it is fast approaching. Also the love of many is constantly waxing colder and colder. We have evil men are constantly waxing worse and worse. We'll look at P. Diddy. You know what I'm saying? He's a very evil man. He constantly, now he's being exposed. The Lord is putting him on the in the spotlight, shaming him, and one thing about it, more shameful of things are getting ready to come out. And one thing about the Lord, you cannot hide from the Lord. The Lord's eyes is 10 times brighter than the sun. The Lord is constantly beholding the good and the evil. In the middle, Lord, we're constantly warning you left and right. The Lord said, keep not silent. So the title of today's lesson, once again, is news around the world. So I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua Ba'ashim Rekah Kwadash. I like to say, Shalom, Shalom.